proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Bastion was originally released on the Xbox 360 in 2011. Now, 4 years later, the PlayStation finally gets a taste of the amazing epic game. To clarify, this is actually just a straight up port. There's nothing new with this whatsoever. It looks just as gorgeous as it did on the 360, though maybe a little bit more so. So let's get right into the review. Bastion takes place in a crumbling world after an event called the Calamity destroys it. Players wake up as the Kid, and a mysterious voice, Rux, guides him to a place called the Bastion. The Bastion has been established in the game's lore as a safe haven during dire times. The plot rolls out steadily enough, introducing pieces of intrigue to keep players guessing what's happening. The narrator, Rux, dictates everything the player does, from attacking, exploring, and even dying. It's a light touch that goes a long way, weaving Bastion's narrative into the epic tale. Now, something that they could have improved upon for the PS4 edition is to put the voice inside the controller, just like they did for Transistor. I mean, that could have been really cool. Anyway, as the Kid, players are tasked with recreating the world. From the Bastion, a map folds out, presenting new quests like gathering fragments in order to piece the world back together. These fragments can then be used to either create new establishments, like a distillery or armory, or upgrade said establishments. The distillery, for example, houses various potions and upgrades, while the armory has the weapons, like the guns or the swords, the giant hammer. All 6 structures serve the Kid in one way or another, and each has an advantage over the others. The gameplay itself is a top-down action RPG of sorts. Not striking or innovative, but the backbone of the Bastion gives the game a tremendous amount of flavor and customization. Speaking of flavor, this game oozes with personality. The bright watercolor-esque designs meld together with this Diablo meets Zelda-inspired world brilliantly. Not to mention the creativity in having a crumbling world reappear at the Kid's feet as he explores. The voice of Rux and the overall sound and music design is superb, immersing oneself deeper into this colorful world. If there's anything to complain about, it's that the combat can be a bit clunky at times, and again, it's not the most original. Bastion is another reason why gamers should be paying attention to the indie scene. 4 years later, remains tremendous, unlike a lot of games of the past generation. Quick, short, innovative titles that give me just enough that I want from my past nostalgia and growing up with awesome games like The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, one of my favorite games of all time. It may not reach the heights of something like that, but it's so damn close, and again, seeing it 4 years later and still loving it, that just says something special.
Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack.